Today we're going to take a look at an iPad app that'll help you with your security, and also, forget the iPad mini. When are they going to turn the iPad into this?
This episode brought to you by GoToMeeting.
Hey everybody, Jeffrey Powers here. Welcome to iPad 365, the show where we look at apps to keep your iPad at play. It is Monday, and of course we're doing a business app on Monday, and we're also going to talk about iPads and iPad mini rumors and so on and so forth. But I really don't want an iPad mini. Why make it smaller? I got a phone. We'll talk about that in a minute. First of all, I want to let you know my Twitter handle, of course, is iPad365. And then, of course, the email is iPad365show@gmail.com. Feel free to email me there. Ask me any questions, suggest any apps. I did get a Twitter the other day asking to re-review an application because it was now updated. And I'm going to take a look at it and maybe take a look at a review of it later, and we'll have that in a future episode of iPad 365. All right, today we're taking a look at an app called mSecure. Pretty interesting. It's a password manager. And of course, with all these passwords that you have to remember, and then of course you get an email every now and then saying LinkedIn was hacked and you need to change your password. What do? You gotta keep it all in track. And that's why you have a program like mSecure. mSecure is a simple manager of your password, and actually anything. In fact, they've got a whole bunch of stuff, more than just passwords in there. Like for instance, if you wanted to create a password for if you remember your email or something like that, you just basically set it up pretty straightforward. You hit the plus button, you say what the group name is, we'll call it test. And then we'll save that. And then, of course, we've got a test group, which then we can go in, we hit the plus button, and we can choose from a bunch of different options. We can put in our bank accounts, we can put in birthdays, we can put in calling cards, we can put in email addresses, insurance information, notes, prescriptions, anything that you want. Now, let's just say combinations. We're going to put in a combination, and we'll say it's a combination lock number 1. And of course the code will say 202310-1. There's no significance to that, just a number. And so we're going to hit save on that, and there we've got a combination lock. This will be perfect if you have different combination locks. Maybe your storage locker has a combination lock, or maybe the door downstairs has a combination. Maybe the foot locker with a combination. Your briefcases, they're probably sitting in a closet or something like that. But you can have all your combinations put into here. You can also add, like I said, you can add prescriptions. We add email. You get like an email account. I can say description. We can call it iPad 365. And of course we have the username, which is iPad365show@gmail.com. And then the password, which is whatever. Of course, I'm not going to tell you the password to that. That's silly. And then, of course, the POP3 host if we want to do that. We save that, and there we have it nicely organized with all the other stuff. Now we can go back to groups, and we can choose all, and we can see all the items that I've put in there. I've put in a credit card, I've put in a shirt size, and pant information. I put in a little bit of pill information, which is perfect because then you have your iPad with you. It's like, oh, I need to get this pill. Go over to the local Walgreens or Walmart and go up to the pharmacy. And of course, we've already talked to the doctor. They said, okay, you just hand them that information. This is the pill and this is the RX number, and you can go from there. So there's a whole bunch of different things that you can do to put into mSecure and have all that information right at your fingertips through your iPad.
After I recorded this, I found that there is an actual password area. I had a hard time finding it, and I think it's because of the fact that it used the information button as opposed to a settings button. That's the small eye on the bottom corner. I didn't click on it, and therefore I didn't find the password stuff. You can set your password, you can change your password, you can set auto lock, and you can also set it to auto destruct. So if somebody tries the password 4 or 5 times, it's going to destroy all the data. It also has an option to take everything up through Dropbox or another cloud device so your data is secure somewhere else. So if somebody tries to get in and it destroys all the data on the iPad, you can just pull it right back in. Or if you lose your iPad and you get another iPad, you can bring it all down without any problems, and a little bit more safety and understanding of what's going on here. Now, this is under 256-bit encryption. And the cool thing about this is it's got, like I said, it's got the self-destruct button. We're going to try this 4 or 5 times here. And of course, once it does it, it's going to completely wipe the program. So when you go back into the program, you'll have absolutely nothing on the iPad. Once again, this program is called mSecure. It's $9.99 in the App Store, but a little bit of security on your passwords, on your credit card numbers, and everything else. It's well worth it.
All right, this summer you and your team will most likely be working from different locations because you'll be on the beach and they'll be at work. It's usually how that works. But just because you're not together in the office doesn't mean that you can't have a meeting. That's why I recommend a program like GoToMeeting with HD Faces. You can meet online with clients and colleagues and anybody else from anywhere. You can even do family if you want. Nice way to figure a family reunion or a fantasy football team coming up or anything like that. GoToMeeting by Citrix allows you to collaborate on files and plans online, and with HD Faces, you just need a webcam to turn your meetings into a productive HD video conference. You see their screen, they can see your screen. You can even participate from your iPad. You just download the app from the App Store. So you can be anywhere. You can be on vacation, you could be at a beach, you could be at a park with kids or the backyard, wherever there's Wi-Fi, 3G, or 4G, depending on what you have. Now, I've used GoToMeeting for the last 4 years. I've never had any problems with it, but don't take my word for it. Try it yourself. Get yourself 30 days of this great software. My listeners, my viewers, 30 days free trial by going over to GoToMeeting.com. Click that Try It Free Now button. It's that orange button. Enter in the code PODCAST when prompted. Of course, that helps iPad 365. I thank you very much. That's over at GoToMeeting.com. Remember the code PODCAST. All right, so they're saying on September 12th we're going to have another Apple announcement, and one of the big announcements is going to be the fact that they're going to produce an iPad mini. Now, the reason why they're doing that's going to be a 7-inch iPad as opposed to a 10-inch iPad, which is what we have here. The reason why they're doing it is they're going to be competing with the Amazon Kindle. They're going to be competing with all the other 7-inch tablets like the Samsung Galaxy Tab and the Nook and stuff like that, which are all 7-inch tablets. There is a need for a 7-inch tablet, and I totally understand that. However, Apple really hasn't addressed a bigger problem, and that's the fact of when is this thing going to be changed and replace this thing? A lot of people, their computers get changed and replaced for an iPad because that's all they need. But for people like me, no, I need more power at sometimes. I need to create video, create audio and stuff like that. So I still need my laptop for a lot of things. However, Microsoft is already on track with the Microsoft Surface tablet. Their Surface tablet's going to come in 2 flavors, an ARM flavor and an i5 flavor. The ARM will be a regular tablet. You'll use it like an iPad, but the i5 version will actually have a little bit more power to it, so you can do a little bit more to it with it and use it more like a computer. Plus, they have an interchangeable operating system. If you program for the PC, that same program will work on your tablet. Now, if Apple was to do that, if they were to create a tablet that actually had an i5 processor or better in it, had a good amount of memory in it, and had a decent drive in it, at least 32 gigabytes all the way up to 256 gigabytes, I would use this as a main computer, and I would actually get rid of this bulky thing for an iPad, and I wouldn't have to take it everywhere with me. I'd just take this thing and I'd go. Like I said, this is perfect for writing a blog post. This is perfect for surfing the web, checking your email. But when I need some real functionality, I have to turn to my computers. And I want to see the iPad become the computer. Microsoft is showing us that it can be done, so Apple just needs to take that now and figure out how they can turn and put Mac OS X onto a tablet. That will really win me over, and I will be very impressed when they come out with that. All right, so that's the episode of iPad 365 for today. What'd you think? Did you like mSecure? Are you going to use it? Let me know. Twitter me at iPad365. You can also email me at iPad365show@gmail.com. Also, what are your thoughts on that whole tablet revolution? Will you be buying an iPad mini, or would you want to actually have a nice beefy iPad that runs the same software as your Mac right on your iPad without a different type of version or anything like that? Let me know. Twitter me at iPad365. And of course, we will be back on Wednesday when it will be another episode of iPad 365. My name is Jeffrey Powers. Thanks a lot for watching. You guys, until then, geek out.
You should follow Graphite on Twitter at GraphiteINC.